Obey my commands at all times, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners, ready to fight.
Khalid Twaiti, 12-05 knockouts. He's in the brown and gold. Ira Terry, 28-30, 16 knockouts. He's in the silver and black. Mark Abrams. Ron Borges here at the John T. Rhodes Sports Complex, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Christy Mart Promotions, Myrtle Mayhem 8. You see early, both guys size him up. Like we mentioned, Terry was 19-0 to start his pro career. Got to as high as 24-2 before some of these losses started to pile up for him.
Yeah, and as we discussed earlier, you know, you sometimes you'll see a guy who gets into that position. He looks like something, and he gets a loss that's unexpected, and they rush him in too quickly for another one. And next thing you know, you've had 3 or 4 losses, and you start to think differently about yourself. This is right now they're just sort of feeling each other out. You can see Terry's been around a long time. He's not in a rush.
Twaiti started boxing at 9. He told me just him and his family, they just love boxing. They watched it. Father got into it. Twaiti, who's turning southpaw now, back to orthodox. Twaiti lands a jab to the body.
It's always a dangerous thing if you try to switch back and forth, because if you get caught in the middle, which sometimes happens, you can be defenseless.
And like we said, Terry's a veteran in there. I mean, he had over 100 amateur fights. This is now his 60th professional fights. So he's seen it all in there.
Yeah, 160 fights. That's lots of experience.
Twaiti had about 75 amateur fights. That's how he lunges forward.
They're both still being, pretty cautious here, understandably so.
Like we said, Terry's looking towards the future. He's studying to become a truck driver.
Well, there's a shortage of those and a shortage of boxers, so he's in 2 businesses where he can work.
By the way, we want to thank Citadel Contractors, one of our great sponsors here tonight. So right hand from Terry.
You can see Terry defensively is pretty able.
We'll feel out first round. There's 20 seconds or so. A lot of jabbing. Just each fighter is just seeing what the other one has. Another jab from Twaiti. Good right over the top. Gets in.
That was really the first good punch of the fight.
End of round 1 between Khalid Twaiti. Good right hand from Twaiti to punctuate this round.
Probably won him the round right there. When I see these younger fighters, Mark, I always wonder why they're not using their jab more readily. You see it all the time. I mean, really, if you look at the great fighters, most of them had great jabs, which sets up everything else they're doing. But you see a lot of these young guys, they just don't do it, whether it's too much work to do it, or they're always looking to land a bomb.
And Twaiti's got a real veteran trainer, Don Saxby. He's had world champions. Long-time New York trainer.
As this fight progresses, it's going to be interesting to see. At one point, the younger guy decides, okay, I'm going to open it up. And I'm sure Terry is waiting for that.
Round 2. Between Twaiti and Terry. Good right hand again from Twaiti.
He's landed that a couple times now. Maybe looking to load it up a little bit.
Good body work again from Twaiti. Twaiti starting to put it together now. Last 30 seconds of round one, now carrying on into round number 2.
Terry just responded with 2 good body shots there.
Yeah, Terry's going to be there. I mean, he's going to hang around, I think. Right, good combination. Guys exchanging combinations on the inside. There's a good left hook from Ira Terry. Good right off the ropes from Twaiti. Action picking up here. First minute of round 2.
Yeah, Twaiti's starting to feel a little more settled in there, it looks like. He feels that overhand right is there. He's landed 3 or 4 times.
Halfway through round 2, Khalid Twaiti and Ira Terry. Terry tries to get in a right to the body.
You can see why Terry's a good test for young fighter like Twaiti.
Yeah, anytime you can fight a guy, like we said, now 60 pro fights, 100 amateur fights, Terry got in a right. And a guy like Terry's had some success. So he's a guy, he knows his way around the ring. In fact, Terry started boxing at the age of 5 years old, so he's been at this 30 years plus.
It's amazing when you really think about it. It's a long time to be.
It's a lot of times getting hit in the gym and fights. Terry having a good round 2, good left from Twaiti. That may have hurt Terry a little bit.
But you can see there's a good example where he knew he did get hurt a little bit. He knew immediately what to do. Tie him up, make sure there's no second shot.
End of round 2, scheduled for 6 from Twaiti and Ira Terry.
A good exchange here. Why he landed that right hand again. He's landed that now a number of times. Defense is actually pretty good.
So far, a very competitive matchup through 2 rounds. We see Joey Terry giving instructions to his brother.
Probably a little more competitive than the young guy from Brooklyn anticipated. These are the learning processes that you have to go through if you're going to advance. You can see this round, Mark, if Terry wants to turn up the heat a little bit.
Yeah, now would be the time. He had some success in round 2. Now maybe the time to kind of step it up even more. Very close round 2.
Yeah, I think that last right hand may have won it for Twaiti, but it was close, competitive.
Double jab from Ira Terry. Terry misses with the right, lands a second right hand now.
And he covered up quickly, too, so he couldn't be countered. Again, as you said earlier, he knows what he's doing in there.
There's a good left hook from Khalid Twaiti, back to the jab. Now goes downstairs of the body with that jab.
I always wonder when I see fighters who switch back and forth from orthodox to southpaw. It's so hard to learn how to do this one way.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn how to do it both ways.
They all want to be like The best switch hitter in the game, Terrence Crawford.
Yeah. Certainly worked for Crawford.
Yep.
No question. As Errol Spence found out.
Jab to the body again from Twaiti. Good right hand from Terry. Terry's been in, like we said, with a whole lot of quality opposition, guys like Claudio Marrero, Jonathan Rodriguez. Good exchange. Good right hand from Terry. Makes Twaiti fight back. Left from Terry.
That's what he needs to do a little bit more of. But make Twaiti understand you're in here with a guy who's going to fire back.
Francisco Vargas, Jorge Linares, also on the record of Ira Terry. Coming off a third-round stoppage to DeAndre Walker on December 16th. Twaiti won a 6-round unanimous decision on December the 18th over Jonathan Nolasco.
The one thing Terry's doing is he's making Twaiti, you can see he's making him think. You know, he's wasting a lot of motion and then not throwing because he's unsure of what the safe distance is.
Halfway home, 6-round bout between Terry and Twaiti.
You know, if you're in Twaiti's corner, to a degree, this is the kind of fight that you want him to have at this stage. You know, you want him to have to think.
See some of the action of round 3.
See, Terry's having a little trouble with distance, I think. As you can see in that replay we just played, just a little bit short on his punches. But they've had several good exchanges in close. And when they have, Twaiti, it's not like Twaiti got the best of them every time. Competitive fight. And that's where sometimes the records can fool you. You think, well, if he lost 30 times, does he really know what he's doing? Well, actually, he does.
Yeah, he actually does.
But he's been in with a lot of.
Like you said, sometimes these guys they start getting overmatched a little bit. Maybe you lose a few in a row, and the confidence level maybe not where it was 4 or 5 fights previous.
Yeah, I mean, because the danger is that you start thinking of yourself as an opponent. And you're traveling around, you're going here and there.
Jab from Ira Terry. Twaiti with a nice quick jab. Terry trying to work the body.
He's making Twaiti work.
Good body work from Terry. Twaiti tries to answer with a right hand. And this is maybe one of these fights where Terry, especially now, he's doing some things. He may start getting confidence, and a confidence fighter is a very dangerous fighter.
Yeah, you start to land a little bit, and you start remembering, I know what I was as a young fighter. I can win tonight.
There's a jab from the southpaw stance from Twaiti. Trying to think where he's been better. Has he been better as a southpaw or as an orthodox fighter?
I think he's better as an orthodox fighter.
I think so too. Good exchange.
First off, Terry knows how to fight a left-handed fighter, which a lot of guys don't. So he's gaining no advantage there. And when he fights orthodox, that's when he's been landing that overhand right.
I want to say Shout out United Rentals. Rent the right equipment for a better work side.
It's a good right hand there. Another.
United Rentals located here in Myrtle Beach. Good right to the body from Twaiti, left to the head. Good combination of the head. Terry fights back. Terry lands a good right.
Good exchanges here.
And there at Terry, trying to land some hammering shots. Good jab from Terry. Snaps the head back of Twaiti.
Terry's opening up here. You see there that exchange, again, Twaiti was in an orthodox stance, and that's where he's really been doing all his damage.
Into round 4, scheduled for 6. Another shot, and good jab from Twaiti. A little redness around the right eye of Khalid Twaiti now.
Good exchanges in that round.
A lot of contact.
There we go.
See some of the work done by Khalid Twaiti.
Great right hand.
And Terry answers back.
Now his cornerman,
Don Saxby.
you know, Saxby would, on one level, like to see his guy chase him out of the ring, but on another level, as you know, I'm sure he's not completely bothered by the fact that he's going to have to fight rounds.
Yeah.
Because he needs rounds.
Absolutely.
And this is how you learn.
And a fighting experienced guy, that's terrific learning experience.
And you hope he's in there, you know. He's going to learn against a guy who knows what he's doing, but maybe isn't quite strong enough to hurt him. So you get the best of both worlds. I'm sure if you asked Twaiti, he would like to be in the locker room right now with his hands raised.
And you know what, mate? He thought that. He sees that Terry's 20-30. He sees Terry's been knocked out 21 times. You know, he thought that maybe he'd be number 22 or inflict knockout loss number 22 on him. And now he's sitting here in a dogfight. He's got a little bit of a cut eye around the right eye there, right underneath.
Yeah, and for young fighters that have had a lot of early success, one of the dangers of a fight like this is rather than realizing, okay, I'm in it with a really experienced guy, he knows how to stay out of trouble, he knows how to suffocate me if I land a one shot, so I'm just going to have to work through this. Instead of that, a lot of times they start thinking, what's wrong with me? And then they start making mistakes.
Yeah.
It's more about a learning experience.
Good left hand from Twaiti.
I mean, he's winning the rounds, in my opinion.
They're close.
Right, but I think he's doing the more significant damage most of the time. But he may not be thinking that.
Actually, I think all fighters think that they're up 10 rounds to nothing.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. You're right.
I'm sure you've seen plenty of fighters that, you know, that shut out on everyone's card in the building except that the fighter thinks he won the fight.
Right. You're exactly right. See, this to me is...
Oh, good left from Twaiti.
This round to me is why Terry has the record he has. You know, he's really not fighting this round after having had a really good round in the previous round.
And there's a fine line, and there's a couple fighters where we get into their stories. You know, especially a guy like Raymond Chacon, his record, he's got a, as they say, real upside-down record. We're going to see him later. He's got like 5 or 6 split and majority decisions on his ledger, and we know if a guy like that who's got that type of record as Terry lands a combination, if they get a majority or a split, that's almost like a win for them.
Right.
Because they probably did win the fight.
Correct. You know, because judges, look, they're human beings. They know what the records are. And close round, you tend to give it to the younger fighter, the guy with a better record, the A side.
House fighter.
Right.
The promoted fighter. Jab from Twaiti. Coming on the end of round number 5.
See, this, as I was saying earlier, this round to me explains Terry's record. You're coming off a strong round, some good exchanges.
They just don't do enough for
you don't do enough to win.
3 or 4 rounds in a shot, and before you know it, you lose 3 or 4 rounds without. You're almost handing a guy like Twaiti the round.
Right. I mean, Twaiti really didn't do much in that round, but Terry gave him the round. Why would you do that in a 6-round fight? Especially when you have to know you're not going to get close rounds more than likely. Will be interesting to see what he does here, if he comes out firing or not, because if he wants to win, this is what he has to do.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of these judges maybe has given Terry a round or 2.
Yeah, well, I gave him 1, and which is why in the last round is mystifying to me. Be frustrating from a trainer standpoint too, I'm sure.
6th and final round between Ira Terry in the silver and black, Khalid Twaiti in the, what would you call that, brownish green and gold?
That's sort of those camo colors here, without the camo.
Jab from Twaiti to start the round off.
But you can see Twaiti's like under his right eye. He's going to know he's been in a fight when he leaves the arena.
And we pointed that out a couple rounds ago. Really hasn't gotten any worse. Terry coming forward. This is what Ron Borges wanted him to do in round 5.
Exactly. He's got to press the action.
And he's got to say to himself, I'm in this fight. He's pushing Khalid Twaiti back.
And that eye is starting to get a little worse.
Good body work from Terry. Twaiti comes back with a combination off the ropes.
Yeah, Terry just has to, if he wants to have any chance to win this fight, he's just got to keep coming forward and take his chances.
He's got 100 seconds to do that. There's a left from Twaiti.
It's a good body shot there. And Twaiti's not really rushing in there himself at this point. Now he may think he's got a comfortable lead.
There's a right from Terry. Has Twaiti against the ropes. Good combination to the head, yeah.
He's backing him up.
Last minute of the 6th and final round.
So far this round's all Terry.
Like you said, that eye's starting to swell up worse and worse for Khalid Twaiti. Right eye.
That's why that last round was so mystifying. If he had done that round what he did in this round, who knows what that eye would be like at this point.
Twaiti trying to go down the body, right over the top. Very good matchup here. Second bout of the night. Combination from Twaiti.
Nice little right hand by Terry.
Terry sneaks in a right. We come to the end of the 6th and final round.
He hurt Twaiti a little bit.
And Terry trying to finish up strong. Twaiti and Terry.
There we go.
Fight to the bell. Good fight. Good, solid professional
Very
boxing
good
match. Yep.
Gave their fans the money's worth.
For sure.
Good mix at the end. And you can see why Terry's had all these fights.
And he'll continue to get calls.
He will. He's going to give you rounds, and he's going to test your guy at some point.
Continue to get calls until he's ready to drive off into the sunset in his truck.
With his truck, that's exactly right.
You see some of the actions. We wait for the decision.
They're working on that eye over in the corner.
I can definitely see Terry getting a couple rounds in this fight.
Oh, definitely.
He definitely, I think, won the last round.
Well, that'll be interesting to see what these scorecards say, because I agree with you. I thought he won at least 2 rounds.
I don't disagree at all.
These scores will be interesting to me.
We are ready for the decision. Let's hope to ring announcer Jeremiah Gallegos.
We go the distance, 6 rounds of action. A big round of applause for both of these warriors here in the ring tonight. And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Troyce Stamey has his contest 59-55. Barry Lindemann has his contest, as well as Kim Udega, 58-56. To the winner by unanimous decision, he is still undefeated from Brooklyn, New York, Khalid
Khalid Twaiti going to 13-0. Just as we saw, 2 of the 3 judges gave Terry two rounds.
Right, yeah, 58-56. That was a